Welcome to the Super Fantasy Super League, featuring Filthy Dr. Seuss, a war criminal. Dude, Where's My Car, featuring Shuggy Highwaters. Fat Kevin Smith, Sean Kim, Jay Cutler, an uncircumcised penis, a filthy ambulance-chasing degenerate, tiny big-time skinny Tim Tom, and last year's winner of Worst Landlord Ever.
Here we go!
Hello all, and welcome to the Super Fantasy Brothers Super League, and this is our Super Fantasy podcast. So this year, in lieu of doing a intro video, I've decided that we'll be doing a weekly, or whenever the fuck we feel like it, podcast. Who knows when we'll actually get together. People have lives, and holidays happen, and sometimes I drink.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Today we've got Shurt, who I think will be appearing on most, if not all, episodes, and special guests, our future Colorado resident and abandoner, Filthy Dr. Seuss, Justin Tiefenthaler.
You jerk.
So we laid out a few things.
Yep.
Oh my god.
First lowest score of the year.
Cheers to that.
Mm-hmm. So we've laid out a few things we want to talk about, and the first thing I want to talk about is the quest for 0-12.
Damn, you're gonna break the mic, dude.
We're hoping that this year we can all band together as a group, as a team, to make sure that Cole is 0-12. And speaking of 0-12, instead of 0-13 this year, we are having 12 regular season games and still the same 2-week matchups for the playoffs. Top 4 make it. There are no divisions.
Because fuck week 17.
Because fuck week 17. It's not really fair. It adds so much more happenstance to it, and I'd rather...
I don't want Todd Gurley to go out again this year. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I think it's fair to make it so that whoever wins the league at least has a better chance of having the best skill, because obviously that didn't happen last year. Thus, the quest for 0-12. Quest update. This week, Shurt played Cole, and we're happy to report
Yes.
the quest remains intact.
The aforementioned Todd Gurley got it done Monday night. Got me the victory with 1 or 2 points to spare, so
Yep.
love this man.
0-1. So this week, since it's the first week, we're going to just talk about the draft. We're going to just kind of do a league summary. We're going to kind of...
Make fun of you all.
Yeah, make fun of you all and just figure it out as we go. Bear with us. I'm sure it'll get better. Or it won't.
Hey, can we smoke cigarettes in here?
No, we cannot. Unfortunately not. My landlords would kill me. Anyways.
No problem.
So the first thing we want to talk about...
I'll wait.
First thing we want to talk about during the draft is we want to talk about what we think are the best pick and worst pick from the entire draft. Not from any particular person, just, best value, maybe best, player that we think is going to go off. Maybe someone got him in a really good situation. And worst pick can be, interpreted any way you want to. And so we're going to start out...
Just get him.
Yeah, just
make sure
get
you
him. Just get him. And so we're going to start out with Shurt.
Okay, was just reviewing the draft, and week 1 overreactions have already started. So there were some picks that I wasn't so sure about, like Patrick Mahomes in the 10th. Really actually turned out pretty well. We'll see how well he does. But regarding the quarterback position, I felt pretty good about Kirk Cousins in the 11th, though as good as that one was, I'd say Drew Brees in the 9th is looking pretty damn sexy right now for my boy Mike over there. So I think that's going to be my pick for the draft. Quarterbacks were kind of going. I mean, Luck went before Breeze. I don't know how many Deshaun Watson went 2 rounds before Drew Brees, et cetera, et cetera. So that was a real key pick. And then just to give more background on Mike's team, to back that up with Cooper Kupp in the 10th, I also wanted to give that one a shout-out because the man drafted 3 running backs in the first 4 rounds and was looking for someone that could give him some TD upside. So I think those back-to-back picks might turn out to be profitable for the guy.
We're going to hope. Yes. Well, I'm going to hope. I don't think anyone else is hoping. Yeah.
I don't even know who Cooper Kupp is, but yeah.
That's a lie.
That went well for you then.
He's a white wide receiver. He knows who he is.
Oh, he's white? The great pick, Mike.
Yeah. So what do you think? Like, I know you had a few picks that you thought like people got like good steals on, Tief. I don't know if you have like a specific best and worst, but I remember you were like high on like. Yeah, and you can talk about your own team, any team.
Well, to point out the obvious best pick, who got Bell's backup and what round?
That would be our friend Sean Kimmy Kim. And the, let's see, it was in the back here. It
was late.
12th round.
12th round. I think everybody regrets not getting him in.
I do.
Around then, right? So I think a lot of people were probably thinking about backups. Yeah. I didn't think about backups until too late, and I got 2 backups.
Well,
I got Dallas. What's his name? Running back in Dallas. I got his backup.
So you got Rod Smith?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I got backup to Kareem Hunt, I think, which is my guy.
Spencer Bear.
You did get Spencer Bear, which I liked that. I thought that was a good handcuff.
I think a lot of people weren't thinking backups, but obviously Sean fucking did Jordan dirty.
Did anybody really expect Le'Veon to do what he did, though, and what he continues to do? You know, did anybody see this coming?
I put Le'Veon Bell as my worst pick from the draft, 100%. And not because he picked him second. Like, I think Le'Veon Bell is a great pick if he plays, but to not go get his backup makes him the worst pick. I think if Jordan had gone in the 11th and gotten James Conner, I would not be saying this. Like, I would be like, great pick. Like, you know, he's got the upside no matter what happens.
Absolutely.
And
my friend did that months ago. I don't know how the frick he saw this coming, but
yeah.
But that was the move, and it didn't happen.
But to not handcuff a first round running back like that who has the potential to hold out, I think makes it the worst pick of the draft.
Love it.
What were some of your
Le'Veon's the worst pick of the draft, guys.
Yeah.
How about it?
I mean, for now, if he plays next week, then fuck it, it's not. But like if he holds out 10 games, like some people say he could,
second overall pick,
then you're fucked.
Pick one. If you had picked one, I think I would have picked Gurley.
I would pick Gurley.
Yeah. So
I did.
Who picked? yeah. So you picked. All right. Well, yeah. That's something to ask yourself because. Jordan was picked 2 and he picked Bill. I think most people would have done that.
Chobik was picked 3.
I was thinking about Bell though all summer up until the draft, like a week or 2 before. Once Bell's status he hadn't reported yet. It's just too scary, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think I was kind of right there, but I didn't research enough because I was picked 7 or 8. Yeah. So I didn't really. It was irrelevant.
Yeah. And then Chobik took David Johnson pick 3, who really David Johnson's so fucking good.
What did he do though this week?
Did all right.
He did all right. But
not he's still, a ton of carries, but
he's still going to David Johnson it, you know, overall. Yeah. This week he had 15.2 points. He got 9 attempts. That's it. Because he's on a pitch count to start. He's coming off that ACL, right? No, it was a wrist.
Wrist, yeah.
But I think they're pitch counting him to start. But he still got 37 yards and a touchdown.
Their team's so bad, but he's still going to be.
I think he got some. He had to get some catching yards too, as well. So, but he's going to increase workload as the season goes. I wouldn't worry about him.
Mike, I would love to get into our least favorite picks besides Le'Veon.
Yeah,
You mind
absolutely.
if I give mine? It would have to go to big Mr. Timor over here. In the 8th round, getting Antonio Gates, the Ancient One. Oof. What's that Hearthstone card you love so much? Isn't it Summon the Ancient One? Blood of the Ancient One? You remember this thing?
You might be thinking.
For those who don't know, there's this Hearthstone game that Tief has a sexual relationship with, and though I'm the only one that hit Legend of us.
Oh my god!
So technically, you have a much better sexual relationship.
Antonio Gates.
I don't even know who the Ancient One is, but I'm sure.
I think that was Pat who really enjoyed
definitely
that
Pat.
one.
Yeah, for sure. Gates is pushing Tom Brady for the AARP card in the league, and yet he's drafted in the 8th round before Delaney Walker. hindsight's 2010 at 20 broke his ankle or whatever, but Gates in the 8th round, why?
There were better upside tight ends.
You could have taken him in the 16th round.
You literally could have made him your last pick.
So it just caught me as
just bad.
I was looking around and there were some bad ones, but that one I got.
Eagles D was a bad one too, same team, but that team got a win this week, so I don't know. I just think that's way too early for Eagles D. It's such a homer pick.
What would you pick? So we got Bell, Gates.
Yeah.
So my worst pick was Le'Veon Bell. His worst pick was
So
Gates.
Honorable mentions.
You said Kareem Hunt was not great when I picked him 8.
He was early. You could have gotten.
But that's not
like
worst
Julio.
pick in the draft material.
Yeah. The other ones maybe I was looking at. Let's see.
I think picking a third.
LaShawn McCoy in the 4th round. I mean.
Sounds like he's going to play the whole season.
I guess I'm
though.
beating up on Timor here, and he's got a Super Camario, which you need to change your team name to Super Camario, by the way, Timor.
That is a better team name.
I think LaShawn, even if he doesn't get suspended, is just in such a trash situation. He had like 7 carries. He had 7 carries for 22 yards and a -1 yard reception. I mean, they got bloodbathed so bad he couldn't even do anything.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be the game script a lot, though they did bring in Josh Allen to at least give them some hope, but that team is so bad. They're the Cleveland Browns of 2018.
Speaking of the Cleveland Browns, my honorable mention for worst pick is taking the 3rd Cleveland Browns running back, despite us encouraging Pat to do it. It was kind of like I couldn't believe.
Duke or Chubb?
Chubb. Like, why?
As in, he has all 3 Cleveland running backs.
You don't need all 3 Cleveland Brown running backs. You don't even really need Hyde. Like, Hyde's a sleeper upside pick. He's not necessarily a guaranteed gold mine. It's you don't need to back up that situation even. There was so many good upside picks that came in between this.
How do you guys think Pat did? I don't think he did great, but I also don't think I did great, so I'm not trying to pick on Pat, but looking at his team, I thought I was gonna.
He wasn't psyched. I was with him at the draft. He wasn't too psyched about it.
I wasn't very psyched on my team, but
his bench scares me.
I thought he was a decent matchup this week, but he did quite well.
I love Aaron Rodgers. I love Melvin Gordon.
He did so well.
Cobb in the 11th is great.
I love Odell. We'll see about Jarvis Landry. I don't know what to do with that. Golden Tate, I'm not high on at all. At all. I know some people are, but I'm just not.
I wasn't really into Hyde and Golden Tate. I forget everybody else that he picked. But
Keelan Cole in the 10th over Cooper Kupp, I'm not a huge fan of. We'll see how it goes.
It could pan out.
I mean, Pat always makes some shiesty moves. All in all, I hate to admit it, but I think our league, you mentioned, is overall one of the more competitive seasons. Looks to be.
Every year, someone who's fucking 6-6, 6-7, 7-6, someone right.
I did that one year.
500 mark makes it in our league, and that's why I like it. Is that you're never really out of it in this league, and that's because some people. Chopik, draft decent, but then rest on it all year, and so once they get an injury, they're fucked. And some people are really good at waivers. I think I'm pretty decent at waivers, and then some people are really good at trades. I am not great at trades. I can never get people to trade me. I overvalue and undervalue players too hardcore, so it's really hard for me to negotiate that within my brain.
Yeah.
But I think that's the nice thing about our league too, is that I looked at the drafts, and when we were trying to pick best and worst draft, I couldn't really. I was I have problems with every team, and I have huge upside on every team, right? There's no team that I look at and go, they're fucked. They're totally fucked.
Let me interject real quick. I do think that we should go to 12-man eventually because that's the perfect.
Yeah.
It's just hard to find 12 dedicated members.
It is.
It took us this long to get to 10 people we all know who actually play.
We
had our Trishas
right now. Everybody's cool, but
yeah, 12, we had our Trishas. We had our Jason.
12
Jason
is something I think within
Zach.
a year or two, it'd be nice. Obviously, it'll be hard to get the right people, but
super down for that.
We could try to.
Yeah, I'm down to move it up at some point
in a year or two because that would make everything more competitive. There'd be more trades.
Yeah.
Just drafting deeper, the later rounds would be so much more huge. How many people auto drafted the last 2-3 rounds? 5 people.
That's true. I was surprised that a lot of people just bailed.
Yeah, and you can't really do that in a 12-man league.
No, there's a lot of
Hooven.
That's the thing. The benches are the real question mark with a lot of the teams.
I 100% vote 12-man.
Hooven is a great example of a tough bench.
All that is 2 extra people.
He did beat me though.
Yeah, the hardest thing about a 10-team league is knowing who to roster because everyone has such good upside on your your bench and waivers, and it's 12-team just really separates them.
And actually, I will say, even though we're ragging on Hooven's bench, his bench just took a huge upside because Doug Baldwin went down. He's got Tyler Lockett.
He drafted Tyler Lockett, yeah.
And I thought that was a shit pick, but
I did too.
Now I love that pick.
I don't even think he made it. I think the computer did.
I think the computer hooked you up, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking Bostonian piece of shit. Clam chowder eating motherfucker.
Chowder.
So, and then, like, I didn't actually say what I thought my best pick from the draft was, which is kind of a weird pick. But I really like Chopik's Josh Gordon pick. I wanted him. He got him at good value.
Who knows?
And, but
he's
he
the
played,
mystery box
He
right
played,
now.
though. And he got a touchdown, and he looked good. He looks like Josh Gordon. I think he could end up being a top 5 wide receiver in the 4th, 5th round, I think he came out.
Baldwin should have been a better pick. God damn it.
Baldwin
so far.
Tore MCL. That's
yeah. 2 to 4 weeks, we'll see.
That's hard though. It's gonna slow him down a step all year.
I was gambling a bit. It's just the upside was too good.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Whoever got Julio Jones at 14,
that, yeah.
who was that?
That would have been Timor.
That's Timor. So
yeah.
Timor,
His
there you
first
go.
two picks.
I think that was a pretty good pick. Yeah.
Yeah. No, his
a
team.
lot of people skipped over him, and he just fell into Timor's lap. So I can't credit Timor as much as just like.
Feeling in the
he got kind of lucky.
Us.
I thought Gronk just kind of landed in your lap was a little lucky. I probably would have reached on Gronk if I was 19 or 20th.
He was going there in the summers though, in the 21st area.
But I definitely like that pick. I mean, your draft, Tim. Your 1 and 2 are as good as anybody's. Alex Collins, is that your 4th?
That's my second running back. Yeah.
All right, so you got Doug Baldwin and.
But I got
Collins.
Burkhead and then Jamal Williams later. So I have some guys that are in really high octane offenses.
Yeah,
so
I like Watkins
it's gonna be real
too.
fucking interesting, to be honest. Like, there's some teams that I look at and I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna win, but it won this week. And then like there are teams that I look at and I'm like I look at my team, like, not to be biased, but like I look at my team, I'm like, I underperformed everywhere. Like Chris Hogan, 1 catch. I don't think that's gonna happen all year.
right.
You know, and Trey Burton, I don't know. I don't know what Trey Burton's gonna be. That's a huge gamble, but
I still have faith.
I'm worried about Royce Freeman, but we'll see.
You shouldn't be.
Yeah, I wouldn't be there.
He looks so good.
Next up, I want to talk about what each of your favorite pick you made and your least favorite pick you made for your personal team. And then after that, I want to go into who you think besides yourself had the best draft and worst draft in the league, which is going to be close, I think. So, T-Fex, I'll start with you. What do you think your best pick was? And what do you think your worst pick was?
That's a tough question, man. I'm gonna hijack Tim's.
Get after it.
Do it.
So my best pick, fuck, dude. I really like McCaffrey this year, so I'll just go with him.
I love that pick.
I reached like all draft. He's probably my best reach.
I think so. I can see that.
Time will tell.
No, I think he's a great fucking player.
Let's see, worst pick. Fuck, dude. I picked 3 tight ends, so let's just go with that. Like,
Let's go with Njoku.
yeah, like,
It was the first thing I pointed out to you.
One of my tight ends, like they're all kind of garbage.
Well, you have Graham, Rudolph, and Njoku. I think one of them is going to pan out, but I don't think you need 3.
I was doing some heavy drugs.
I
so
knew
That was
it.
not true. He was on the phone with his boyfriend.
I was doing a lot of crack, and I kind of misclicked a couple times. But
Good.
anyways, yeah, shout out to my crack dealer.
So, for me
Some good
personally,
shit.
yeah, shout out to the crack dealer. So, my favorite pick I made, and it was a tough one for me to come up with. Don't slide that, you son of a bitch.
God damn it! It
You
sounds
son of a
It sounds so.
Hope
good,
you liked
dude.
that.
It sounds so
Yeah.
good. It
So-
sounds so like
Musical.
Yeah.
It sounds refreshing, it does. This
But-
sound to me says beer. It does.
It does
man.
sound good.
It does sound like
I
beer.
don't know.
And it is
That does
good.
sound good.
It is delicious.
Mike, you put that down a little heavy, dude.
I'm sorry.
Careful, all
I'm
right?
sorry.
Gotta think about our 3 listeners.
Our 3 league listeners.
Which
Hi,
are
Timor.
And counting.
And us. Hi, Timor and us.
Hi, Mom.
And hi, Tim's mom. Hope you're doing well.
Don't you talk about my mom.
I won't.
Watch this.
What the?
Oh,
I thought it had
beautiful.
I thought that was
It was
magic.
beautiful.
All right.
So for me, it's either Drew Brees or Saquon Barkley is my favorite pick that I made. Drew Brees, I targeted him before the draft happened because what I figured out doing all my mocks this year was that there's no way Drew Brees is quarterback 7 or 8. And like, there's no way some of the guys going before him are that value.
How did I
Great
not
pick,
get him
yeah.
on any of my 5 teams? Because I was so high on him.
And
Like
he was in my
I
couple
loved
ones.
Deshaun Watson, and I
Way
just
too long.
kept letting him go because I thought I'd get him at value.
You just know Bree's got to throw the ball around,
You-
and like, I
He
don't
had
ever.
a great year last year statistically, but fantasy-wise, not so much, right?
Yeah, he just had less touchdowns last year.
And so far, they always suck in week 1, so let's not overreact. But like, as
439 and 3 touchdowns in week 1 is not sucking.
he doesn't suck, but the
Yeah.
team sucks. Do you know they like are on this streak where they just continually lose week 1, or like they've won one week 1 in the past like 6? It's
They
ridiculous.
won this year, didn't they?
They just lost to the Bucks.
Did they
at
lose?
home. Yes,
I didn't realize they lost.
It's because their defense is so bad
That's true.
in that game, and potentially going forward, that I really see a bounce back with Drew Brees, Mark Ingram being out for a few weeks.
I think that's going to help Timor with Kamara. I'm going to be real
Oh,
about that.
absolutely. Kamara looks.
And then Saquon
Beastly.
Barkley, I just think like last time I got a rookie in the first round, it was Ezekiel Elliott, and I won a championship. So I'm just, I got some hope. in
Did
my
you
heart.
see his touchdown run?
Saquon Barkley's?
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
The stiff arm in the hole bounces.
That was against
inside.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, he stiff arms like a 270-pound man.
Oh, he's going to be good.
He
I
is
have
a
high hopes for him. My worst pick, I think, was I didn't need to back up my quarterback. I didn't need Alex Smith. That one hurts me. I think also Texans D. I could have just streamed defense, which is what I always end up doing. I could have grabbed a nice extra running back or an extra wide receiver there. So those are my 2 worst picks. I don't know. It might pan out though. Alex Smith, I think, is a good sleeper quarterback. I might hold on to him and see where that goes, because I think he
Quarterback's
was
kind of deep, yeah.
well, quarterback. He was a top 10 quarterback on the Chiefs last year.
Wasn't
and
he 4? I
he was
keep
like
hearing,
4,
I keep
yeah.
hearing he was 4, but it's hard to believe.
Sorry, what was that?
Was
Alex Smith. He was like
QB
4 last year.
Yeah, no, he would, and he in
That's hard
some
to-
in
it's
some
really hard to
formats
believe.
he was like 4th, like top 3 overall point scorer. I was looking. This
Yeah,
season.
and the thing is,
Yeah.
the Redskins without any weapons always produce high scoring quarterbacks. They did it with fucking I don't know, his legs gone. now.
Cousins? Wait, no, RG3.
RG3, then Cousins, and now Smith. I think that offense is just quarterback friendly.
Well-
I think he'll be a good pick, but I didn't need him. I had Drew Brees. I could have gotten an extra running back, which
Can I-
would have been nice.
Can I jump into my favorite best draft then?
Yeah,
Based
what's
on
your
that?
best pick
Okay, so if we're doing best pick of my own,
of your own?
I just did want to real quick on the Redskins thing give a shout out to is Hooven that has Jordan Reed, right?
It is.
I believe so, and I think that actually worked out really well because Alex Smith loves to throw the tight end.
He
so
does.
Preview to later, but for me, my favorite pick might be Emmanuel Sanders in the 7th because
Ooh, I like that pick.
I really, really think he is the new number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think Demaryius Thomas really looks a lot.
He old, man.
Yeah, and he plays similar to Cortland Sutton, but he's like a little more stuck in the mud, if that makes any sense. I
Mhm.
mean, he's a beast, but he doesn't have the long strides. He doesn't get as downfield as much. They
Yeah.
throw him short passes a lot. And I think Sanders is working really well with Keenum. He reminds me
I
of
like
that
Sanders.
Thielen
Sanders
connection.
is kind of old though, man.
He runs like 15-yard ins and outs and
Sanders
did work.
Sanders is like
Okay.
older than we are.
He's
Whoa.
30.
He's 32, maybe almost 33.
All right, I'm gonna do a birthday check in my next break, but that's one of my favorites.
I'm already on it.
Obviously, Gurley felt good. I'll just
But no, I like Sanders
But,
too. He had a great week, so.
thanks.
No, I
boss.
think he's gonna have a good year for
and
sure.
then when I would be remiss if I
he
didn't
is.
give my.
He is 31. He is exactly my age. He's like a
I
month
thought he was
before me.
32. What the fuck?
He was born a month before me.
And DT is just
Soon.
about the same age.
Almost
but
32.
I feel like I feel like ages like years have been more kind to Emmanuel Sanders for
I
whatever
think
reason.
so.
He just looks fresher. He outran a DB to the
He
edge.
looked good.
And he had 10 catches, 160 in a team.
What's your shit pick? What'd you do?
All
wrong?
right, what did I do wrong? I don't have any that like really got away, but like, I mean, Sammy in the 8th, he doesn't look like shit, so that doesn't feel great. But I mean, I guess I got to give it to
Doug
Doug Baldwin.
Baldwin,
I mean, I felt like he should
Hindsight,
have been the pick there, and I don't regret it per se. But like,
We said his knee was like 85% or something, and
True.
it was never going to get to 100%.
Yeah,
Like, he said that shit, which was like highly concerning to a lot of people.
I agree. Yeah, I know.
So I don't know if you like read it on that
No,
shit.
I did, of
but
course,
it was
yeah.
it was also like he's still good, and like
Yeah.
even so like
so if
whatever.
I would have gone and just reached for Juju there,
Yeah.
I might be feeling better about my
I think
team
he
right
would be.
now.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I picked Baldwin in two of my leagues, and I felt really good about him this season. Really,
No,
really good.
I was targeting him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was
Do
targeting
you know
him.
that he tore his other knee? By the way,
Yeah, I know. It's such bad luck.
it's actually a thing that we're learning in football. Is that you come back, you try to rush it with one injury, and you
it
end up
fucks
hurting
you.
the other leg or what have you, and so like. And I, from, sports, yesteryear, if you hurt one thing, the sooner you're going to hurt something else.
All right.
I just want to say for the record, I definitely would have skipped over Baldwin and picked Juju or
Who's your
fucking Chris what's his name?
I got Hogan.
I picked
Hogan.
Hogan 44th.
Hogan got
would've
one
picked
fucking
Hogan.
catch this week, though. I'm mad
I picked
at him.
Hogan
Yeah.
44th in a draft actually
But
like
Juju-
the day before this, and I felt like it was a reach.
Juju, especially with
But
the Bell
Juju-
bullshit. Like after hearing about that shit, like the fucking murmurings before the draft, like right before.
Yeah.
I would have picked Juju just because.
he's a safer pick. It's just on my board. Baldwin was 5 spots higher.
Look at that smug
So-
asshole, dude. Look at him. Look how smug he looks.
He's a boss.
is, yeah.
I actually really dig this guy.
He's like
Are we
6'4",
looking at
right? He's
Juju?
just like a physical
Yeah.
freak.
He's not 6'4". He's more like 6'1" or
Smug
6'2", but he is like really like built and he's fast.
Are you sure he's
Yeah, he like I
serious.
watch. He has a YouTube channel that's actually pretty hilarious, by the way. I
All
would
right.
actually recommend
Can
it.
I
but
click?
we're
Before we
getting
go
off
too
the
far
wheels.
off the
Yeah.
rails, I want to go over best
Ah, he's only
and
6'4".
worst
I
draft.
thought he was 6'4".
Two
I'm
feet
gonna
tall.
lead
I
us
thought he
off
was a
here
fucking beast.
Do it, Mike.
because you lead up the first one, Tief led up the second one. I would like to lead off what I think is the worst and best drafts. So my worst draft, and I'm sorry to pick on you. You had my worst pick, but Jordan, what the fuck is this team? I'm looking at this team. It's a little bit of hindsight, but holy shit, what a terrible team. Like I know I said like every team's even, and this team could come and make the playoffs. Like any
Yeah,
team
that's pretty
I
can.
hate that pick.
But holy shit. Andrew Luck, I mean, he's coming off an injury. You took him before Drew Brees. That's rough. And now you don't have Le'Veon Bell, so your running backs are Devontae Freeman and Alfred Morris. Devontae Freeman, man.
This
Alfred
man-
Morris fumbled the ball, and Breed going to get more carries than him. So I don't like him as a running back, too. Then you go A.J. Green. Last year was shit for A.J. Green. Maybe he'll have a good year, but it's such a risk
That's one
play.
of the few guys
It's a
like
risk
on
play.
this team.
Yeah, but it's still risky.
Allen Robinson's cool though.
AJ
Allen
Green,
Robinson is coming off an ACL tear. So you have an ACL tear guy right there. Delaney Walker's gone. Demarius Thomas, we just discussed. Emmanuel Sanders is the new number 1 there.
but
Broncos D is fine.
Kelvin Benjamin in that offense.
The Buffalo Bills fuck every wide receiver they get.
Devontae Parker, he's going to break out in the season.
I don't think so.
I'm just totally kidding.
Marquise Goodwin is the one wide receiver on the team that I really actually like at value. Robbie Anderson, I'm just kind of like, we'll see, maybe, but probably not.
I'm going to buy you an AJ Green
Oh.
jersey. You're disrespecting,
Oh
sir.
my. I just got a text message. I apologize. Jordy, I hate. Ben Roethlisberger's a rapist.
Dude, and Robbie Anderson looks completely phased out of the offense. I mean,
Yeah.
he did catch a touchdown, if I'm correct,
But, like,
but
look
he
at
had
his
one
percent
target,
starting on this team.
one target, one catch, one touchdown.
All I know is if I had to pick somebody that I was cheering for to win it all, it would be Jordan.
I love Jordan. I just hate his draft. And so my
I don't
best
know you,
draft.
Jordan. But I love him too.
I just want to say Jordan, I think, was the first person to like really like help me with fantasy and like get me into it. Like, I remember fucking going to his house and like looking at his like little fucking notes on fucking draft picks and shit.
That's
Nice.
cute.
That is
Yeah,
cute.
we
So sweet.
we ate some Asian food together.
Now, my pick for best draft. On that note, speaking of Asians,
Jordan's half Asian, half Cherokee Indian.
is that true?
Yeah,
Half?
half and half. Yeah.
The more you
viewers.
know.
He is so informative and totally
And
honest.
also, he's half.
Don't move to Colorado.
He's
Just
half
be on the
Samoan.
show.
He's half Samoan.
We'll pay
too.
you.
We'll fly you out.
We'll pay you something.
He's half Samoan, half
Probably a
Asian,
beer.
and half American Indian.
There it is.
Side note: Teef bought the beer.
Half African. Actually, half African Indian.
Holy
Swahili?
shit, we are so
Yeah.
off the
Yeah.
rails. All right, so my best draft actually is at this table. I actually really like Shirt's draft. I just like the Joe Mixon pick a lot. I don't love Kenyon Drake, but he proved me wrong week 1.
This isn't my team,
Oh,
sir.
I'm looking at Oh, no wonder.
Oh,
I'm looking
other
at
Tim.
other Tims, and I actually don't love his team. I don't know why I can't get that right. I've been drinking beer. That's why. All right, here we
You
go.
hear that? My spine on this chair.
Team Blue Show.
that
It's
your
like,
spine?
yeah, that was my spine,
Damn.
dude.
Hooven, I do like some of your picks, though. Anyways, I like Kirk Cousins. Minnesota's going to do him good. Like, if he could perform on the Redskins, he could perform on the Vikings. I like Todd Gurley. Alex Collins, we'll see, but he's your running back, too, and you have Todd Gurley number 1. Who gives a fuck? Devontae Adams, Emmanuel Sanders, that's nice. That's a nice 2 wide receiver combo. Gronk's nice. Jamal Williams is a good sleeper. Personally, I'm hoping that Aaron Jones comes out of that backfield because I drafted him late as my lottery pick this year. Ravens defense, though, they always come in low rated. They always find a way. Like Doug Baldwin, I liked that pick when the pick was made. Still could pay off. Rex Burkhead, I think, will come out. I still like Sammy Watkins. Someone's got to get thrown to. And it seems like they can throw the deep ball there in Kansas City now. Jameson Crowder, I think, will get some good touches. I don't love Marlon Mack. I don't love Sterling Shepard. I don't love Ty Montgomery, but
It's like
I mean,
the 10th through 12th round.
it's your
or something.
last 3 bench slots.
Yeah.
But overall, I think this is a team that makes the playoffs at some point.
Damn, this is heavy as fuck.
Well, yeah, we won an award for best podcast ever. I
People's
made it
choice.
up,
Thank you, listeners.
but we won it.
Should I jump in? Because I'm going to...
Yeah, I want to hear best and worst.
I'm going to pull a dirty. I was going to go with Sean, but there's just a few picks in there that I'm not a fan of. One in which was Olsen in the 6th because I wasn't high on him going in. Right before the game started, he had a back injury, and then he plays, and then he re-injures his foot. Today, the news is that he's going to sit out a few weeks and then play the rest of the season.
On a fractured fucking foot.
I get that he's a tough guy, but he's 33, and Cam is just, I don't know. As a passer, I'm just not certain he's going to get it done.
Yeah.
And they just brought in some more weapons. I just feel like Olsen's officially over the hill. He was sick when he came over to Carolina, but so that pick in particular, Mahomes totally surprised me. I didn't want to draft him because his opening schedule sucks, and it's going to continue to suck for a few more weeks. But it looks like it might not matter.
Who got him? Was that you?
That was Sean.
It's SK. He's
yeah.
So that was a sexy little pick.
I like that pick a lot.
And then obviously Jordan Howard in the 2nd.
Oh yeah,
Mike Evans in the 3rd, looking great.
it's very nice.
So that was
And
my
he doesn't even have James Winston yet.
So that's my honorable mention. But this draft has similar issues to that one because I don't love everything. But I'm actually going to give it to Hooven, and I think he was the top scorer. So it's a little bit for week 1. It's a little bit of cheating. But Joe Mixon, Antonio Brown, Keenan Allen, Cam Newton. That's pretty solid. And then Jordan Reed is going to look like a top 5 tight end potentially. Drake is uber talented. It's just his team sucks.
I'm not big on Drake, man.
He is good. You should go look at his highlights.
No, I like the way he runs.
Solid.
I'm not big on him as a fantasy player.
He reached for a defense, as in he drafted a defense early, but it is the Rams. He reached for a kicker. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that the best draft would be a person that clearly, I mean, if you drafted Zerline, you must have gotten him early.
Yeah,
but
he's very overvalued.
The defense, the bench that is a little suspect. But I really love the Dion Lewis pick before Derrick Henry.
I was not high on that pick, but having played him this week, I am now high on that pick.
He hit it right.
I got Henry, and a lot of that was touchdown vulture.
Yeah.
So just kind of like Blunt.
They went away. They went away from Henry in the second half because Lewis just ended up playing better. So we'll see what happens going forward.
I literally drafted Henry because my boy told me to, and I'm a sucker. But like obviously it's been 1 week, and Henry, what was Henry, like 3.8 or some bullshit?
Yards per carry
and
or
Lewis, points, and Lewis was what? Like
he had a good game.
Yeah, he had a great week 1.
He had 19.5.
Bro, 19.5, and he got drafted. What did he?
He actually got
like right before.
He was like 3.
Yeah, but Henry's was supposed to be the guy, but barely.
He might still
was
become
supposed to
the guy.
edge Lewis.
As the summer went on,
starter.
it became very clear that Lewis was going to be very involved, and he jumped many rounds.
But more so involved because of his pass catching, right? Like, but Henry is supposed to be the touchdown guy.
They're completely different. I just think Lewis
agree,
has better skill set overall to play football.
That's fair.
And then lastly, I'm not too keen on Robert Woods. I was a big fan of his when he was out of Buffalo. I thought he was underrated when he came over to the Rams, but now there's just so much, competition for targets And look, he didn't have a good week 1. So get that asshole out of your flex. Put Dion Lewis in.
Yes, please.
And I don't want to give anyone
But don't do it
advice
against
here,
me.
And if Alshon Jeffrey comes back looking strong, James White could be a thing all year. And Cam Newton is not good at actual football, but he's great at fantasy football. So I think this team is going to compete. And Hoove used to be a walkover as far as the first few years I was in this league. So I'm going to give it up to
He probably
Hoove.
will be at some point. Because he always is. Anyways, so.
Worst draft?
Worst
We're
draft.
doing worst draft.
Yeah. I want to hear your worst draft, and then I want to let Teef pick, even though he says he knows nothing.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Well,
Everyone wants to
You can
pick
just
on
shit
Pat.
talk people.
Let me pick myself. You guys
You
can't
go,
pick me
you go.
because I'm going to pick myself.
All right, deal.
So that's out of the way. I don't want to expand on that, but I think I'm just going to go with me as worst draft.
Is it the
So,
tight ends? Is it the tight ends?
A lot of things, dude. Now let's go to Tim. Worst draft. You can't pick me because I already picked myself.
That's fair.
So.
We touched on a lot of people. Let's see.
Timur's up there.
Yeah,
You
we
can
were
say it's a
ragging
tie.
on. We were
Like,
ragging
obviously
on Pat.
It's hard to pick like absolute worst, but I'm sure like there's like 3 or 4.
We can even make an
worst.
argument that I have the worst draft because I did not do well this week.
I haven't really looked at other teams, so like me picking myself is.
It's fair.
I don't know.
I like it.
I need another week before I can like really go in depth.
I think I have to second. Mike, did you pick a worst team for the ambulance chasers or?
I did. I mean, Jordan's team.
I'm sorry, I just have to double down.
I mean, it's
Because everyone else seems pretty competitive, and it's not like it's over and done. But having Le'Veon and not James Conner, how can I not go there?
If Le'Veon comes back, that team immediately gets an upgrade. I'm also just super not high on a lot of those picks. They're all upside guys, but like,
I wasn't high on Devontae Freeman.
who the fuck knows what Andrew
Damn.
Luck's gonna do?
So you guys are both going Jordan?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of Pat's draft either, but he has Aaron Rodgers, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I wasn't.
And he
gonna
doesn't
go
have
for
a tight end
myself-
on the IR. He doesn't have Andrew Luck.
And he's got the Browns backfield on lock.
Yeah, he does have the Browns backfield locked. No one has the Browns backfield more locked in any league in America than Pat. That is a
That's
fact.
right. He likes to go
Which will
into
not
the-
pay him any
He
dividends.
loves to
but
go
good
into the
for him.
backfield and get the Browns.
All right.
That's why we need a 12-man league because.
What do you think your best team is? Best team. Do you have a best draft? Anyone you liked? Like any team you saw that you were like, ooh, that's sexy?
Besides yourself, since you already
I really haven't dove
Pick
into.
yourself for best and worst. Do it. Just do it.
That'd be funny, but no, I think I haven't looked at everybody's team.
Okay.
Honestly,
You
but
don't have to pick one.
I really liked him because he got Gurley and he got Gronkowski.
That is nice.
And Gronk.
You're going to win those slots most
I think
weeks.
Gronk's gonna have a really good year, and Gurley, obviously, I would have picked him number 1, so he has the number 1 tight end, I think, by a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gronk can get hurt, but I think he's gonna have a really good year.
Gronk always scares me.
Gurley is.
It's not perfect, but
Is
Yeah.
that bad?
so some star power.
I'm gonna go with Tim, but I'm sure there's like 2 teams that are like right
There's
there.
a lot of good
Yeah,
teams. Like
it's-
Sean, dude, honorable mention, dude. Your team's
Mm-hmm.
fucking great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams that can make it anywhere. Like, I feel like anyone from me to Jordan, like, when I look at, like, all these lineups, like, to Shirt, to anyone. Anyone can make that.
Chope's team's not bad. We didn't talk about Chope's team.
We didn't talk about it that much. I do like his picks. I hate his bench. I
No,
fucking hate his
His
bench.
quarterback situation currently is dicey. I mean, obviously, everybody wanted Watson and Wentz.
Yeah, like his team, like David Johnson, JJ.
He's got the upside quarterback situation,
Johnson,
though.
Gordon, Kelsey.
It's a good team.
I don't like Brandon Cooks that much.
It's a
I don't
good
know when he
team.
got him.
Pretty
I think
early.
that's a good team.
I like Pierre Garcon, honestly. Isaiah Crowell, I don't know. Wentz,
I like Isaiah
whatever.
Crowell.
And then I think he drafted Kenny Galladay and Chris Godwin, some 2 again hot waiver wire pickups.
That
this
is
week.
true. That is true. He did
That
get.
like people really reached on a couple wide receivers that seemed to really.
But when
work
I saw
out,
his bench
so-
originally, I did not love it.
Yeah, and Crowell had a big game. So yeah,
We'll see.
this team's looking good. So Chope, well done.
Let's go scoreboard real quick. I want to see
Sure.
who fucking went off. 138. Who was that? Tim who? Okay.
So
Yeah.
who had the
Sean
hot,
Kim
hot
went
week?
132.
Sean Kim had a nice week.
Patty killed it. You had a really close game.
I did. That was Todd
close
Gurley.
matchup.
Quest for 0 and 12.
And Timor got the victory over Brian.
Dude, I was last by so much.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll hold up, though, man. I think you got a team that'll score points.
You might want to change your whole look
Yeah.
there, man. You're like very North Korea, and you're clearly too weak.
Yeah, maybe I just need to
You're not
change
winning
my
the
team
arms
name.
race.
You denuclearized your program, bro.
Bro, I need to
What are you
change my team
doing?
name.
What are you doing?
All right, who has the best team name? And,
Who has the best team name? That was a great one.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's a couple
there's a lot from
repeats.
last
I'm keeping
year,
mine
yeah.
for the theme. Hide your Chubby Johnson. Anyone?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it celebrates having 3 Browns running backs, so I will not accept
dude.
that.
I don't know, man.
I actually like Bend the Knee a lot. I think that's
Okay, I
good
get
too.
it. I get it. Because
with-
Hyde, Chubb, and Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Pat?
Yeah.
I like Timor's team name, but Shurtleff came with a better name.
Super Kamara.
Super
Has to
Mario.
All right, Jordan needs to change his. I need to change mine because this is like this is straight from last year.
Hey,
Brian
Pickle
tried.
Rick.
Cole-
I'm
as in
sticking
Cole-
with
That was
Pickle
yours
Rick.
from last
Cole,
year too,
yeah.
right?
I don't know. It's
Actually,
it's
you know what?
League specific.
I give Chopic.
Everybody needs to
Chopic
change
its
every
best
year.
team name.
I think that's a new rule. If you have the same team name for over a year, you have to change it.
Okay.
All right.
That should be a rule. We need to keep it spicy.
Speaking-
and if you have the same picture,
We won't make it a
change
rule, but we highly encourage
Yeah, you
it
should.
with
All right.
death.
So next week we'll actually pick our favorite team names because everyone has there's a lot of repeats.
Fucking another beer, dude.
All right. So I want to know who you guys think are the final 4 in the playoffs. Like just based on what we've talked about, based on the draft, and obviously there's waiver wires. There's still trades. There's still David Johnson's knee could explode next week. Le'Veon Bell could come back and score 800 points every week somehow, just by magic. Who knows? Who knows what the fuck's gonna happen? But what I want to know is who you think are the final 4. And so I'll kick it off to Shirt.
Okay.
Just give me your final 4. I don't need too much reasoning. Just
All right.
who you think it's gonna be.
Between Tim and Chope, one of them will screw it up. Because
I
I,
think that's fair.
I did give them good ratings in my mind, and as much as I hate to admit this, these guys don't know I'm going to say this, but I feel like Cole is going to find a way, especially since he has a lot of suspended players. I'm just
He
gonna
does
call
do
him
that.
Getting into the postseason.
Next
Quest-
year, if you see a suspended player, draft them.
Quest for 0-12 is still on. Don't
Quest
get me
for
wrong.
0-12.
So I'm going to give it to myself. I'm going to give it to my co-host Mike.
Hey.
And I like Sean's team a lot.
I do
And that means that I have to choose between Brian, based on what I just said, Chope, and Hooven. And I'm good with that. I guess I got to give it to Brian. I'm going to say that both Hoove and Brian just don't get through their hot starts. Brian and Chopik, and Cole finds a way to gut him out. But I'm praying for you guys who.
So you're saying
praying for
SK, you, me, and
Brian.
Cole.
Yeah,
I hate it.
I do too.
Tief, who are your 4? You don't even have to know what the teams are. You can just
I'm gonna go with
pick
2.
your guys.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say me and Jordan for Super Bowl. Yep.
Whoa. Jordan, that's the nicest thing anyone said about you today.
So that might be the 9th and 10th place matchup. I would call that right now.
We'll see. For my final 4, I picked SK as well. I picked Shirt as well, and I picked me. But then I feel like I love Timor. I just feel like sometimes he just kind of backs his way into the playoffs, even though he makes picks that I'm like, what? Or he does things, he picks up waiver things where I'm like, no, dude, like he's not going to do it. Like it's just 1 week. But somehow Timor just kind of backs his way into the playoffs every couple years. He does it a lot. He just never really wins big, but I think he'll make it in.
You need a tight end, bro.
You need a tight end.
Hey, talk to me, bro.
He has them. And so for my Super Bowl, I actually picked you and me, though. And that's, some bias, but I do see it happening where, I think you and me make really good waiver moves yearly. Although SK's my dark horse because having played fantasy baseball with him, I know he's good at, making the trades. So we'll see.
I'll take him and me in the champ.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, so actual football teams, who do you want to see as your Super Bowl matchup? And who do you want to see as your Super Bowl champion, or who do you think will be? It's up to you. You answer it how you want it.
I made a decision right before the games kicked off, and I had my buddy put some money down on, not a lot, but on the Rams versus the Jaguars. I basically picked those two teams to face off.
I like that.
Yeah, we'll see if Fournette can be healthy when it matters. I don't think that it matters that Blake Bortles. I just think it's a defensive season, and the Vikings are another great team. The NFC is really hard, so it's hard to pick the best team coming out. But Goff's playing well, and that, fucking dream team defense. I'm not sure if it can all gel, but give them a whole season. Let's see. They have the best defensive player. They have the best offensive player in Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
So I like the Rams, and I'm going to go with the Jaguars. I think they can beat the Patriots in a one-on-one this season if they. I mean, their defense is so good. It's incredible.
It is.
Who?
So, the Jags.
Jags.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I picked
Their
Jags.
linebackers. Their
So for your
secondary.
Super Bowl, what are you thinking, Tief? It doesn't have to be like teams you actually think will make it. You can fuck around. I don't care.
Dude, I've spent very minimal minutes on this.
But you haven't studied. This is sprung on you.
You know your shit. Come on.
Dude, this is an off year for me, but Pats maybe.
I could see that. Pats always have a chance to make it in.
I don't have it's fucking Brady.
Yeah. What about the NFC?
What happened last year? They were
It's
so
wide open. They have the
It's wide
easiest
open.
division.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
That's
mean,
not a bad pick. It's a good pick.
literally, I
It's where
really,
Vegas
I
is.
really want Brady to get another one, and I think if he can't do it this year, then we're probably not going to see another Pats fucking ring anytime soon.
That's probably true.
Right?
Yep.
I believe that.
So I think
They're
they're
no worse.
I don't think
than
they're
they were
favored,
last year.
but that's just a gut check. I think Tom Brady, he's just that type of fool. He'll do everything in his power. I think he stays healthy, and we'll see. Gronk, I think Gronk's gonna have a fucking stupid ass good year. All right, so they got Hogan, right? He's pretty fire, and then
Edelman's gonna come back.
When's Edelman coming back?
Week 5.
Week 5.
Week 5. Yeah, I mean if they got
They'll
Hogan,
be fine.
yeah. How's their defense this year? It's decent.
About the same as it was last year. It's kind of middling.
It's all right.
Yeah, I mean I think they got as good a shot as any to get in there, right? They fucking.
What about your
have
NFC
snuck
pick?
in so many times. Fucking, I don't know.
You don't know? Fair enough. For me, okay, so
So Pats to win it.
Pats to win it.
A lot of that is just me wanting Brady to get another ring. Shout out Tim Hooten. I know Tim's the only other fucking fool in this league that
I don't want to
doesn't
see
want
Brady.
Tom.
get
I mean, obviously
anything else.
Niners, but I want the Niners to get there, but
Oh, I know.
I think it's not reasonable to pick them.
Yeah,
this year.
disclaimer, I hate taking the Rams as a Niner fan. but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Niners in 3 years,
My ideal
3 to 5 years.
Super Bowl, if someone was like, you can have any Super Bowl you want, right? This isn't who I think will be there. But if someone was like, you can have any Super Bowl you want, and it'll be the Super Bowl that you get to watch, I would want to watch the Niners versus the Pats,
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say
and
that.
watch Jimmy G versus Tom.
I knew you
Oh
were gonna
my
say that.
God!
I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh, that'd be so good. A few years ago, when we had the Super Bowl in Santa Clara, I really wanted. And this is just me. I really wanted Aaron Rodgers versus Alex Smith, Kansas City, because that would have been such a thorn in Jed York's side for that whole year, and it was actually feasible that year. Now, if you're asking me who I think will be in the Super Bowl, I really want to see the Packers do it, and I think they can. I think Aaron Rodgers, you saw what he did this week.
They
Holy
need him to be
shit.
healthy, but if he
Yeah.
can be healthy.
But even
That's
if he's
why I
not, even
wouldn't
if he's
pick
on
Their
one
defense
leg,
looks better because they drafted Josh Jackson and
they got a running game.
So they have a good secondary. Their
They have a tight
linebackers are
end.
better. Their actual interior defense is good because they
Yeah.
stop the run.
I could see it happening. And Rodgers is one of those guys that I can't help but root for Aaron Rodgers.
Hell yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I really think the Vikings are going to be kind of a glass cannon. I think they'll get close. I don't think they'll pull it off. I think the Eagles will have the hangover. The Rams are the threat in the NFC, but it's kind of like what you were saying, the big personalities, I just don't know.
Yeah.
And the other thing about the Rams defense that they have top tier talent, but so many of them are penalty monsters. Keep Talib, and Ndamukong Suh, they could easily.
And Marcus Peters gets burned a lot.
They could easily give somebody hundreds of yards and penalty yards in a game if they're not well coached. So we'll see. We'll see. But like I believe in the magic of Aaron Rodgers. And on the other side, I just don't think the Patriots are going to make it. I think they've made it so many years in a row.
So who's your dark horse? Because there's pretty much nothing but dark horses now in the
There's
AFC.
nothing but dark horses in the AFC.
People like the Steelers.
Yeah,
some
I don't
people
like
the
the
Chargers
Steelers.
or Chiefs.
I kind of like the Chargers. I feel like Phillip Rivers is due, right?
They got their asses whooped week 1.
They did, but I like Phillip. I do, but no, I think
Like as a player, not as a person. Right?
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, as a player. Valid point.
Isn't he
no,
like a serial killer?
he is a serial killer. So many people are dead.
He's an anti-serial killer. He's like pro-life, like 10 kids or whatever.
Yeah, he's the worst. Which, yeah, probably.
Yeah. No, he's like a freaking
Look at his fucking face too. His
most
stupid,
punchable face in the NFL.
stupid goddamn face.
Yeah.
No, I like the Chiefs, honestly, as like a little dark horse pick because like they have that same team that's gotten them to the playoffs over and over again.
I like their
Andy
quarterback
Reid,
a lot. Yeah.
Andy Reid just does shit, man. He just schemes.
My dark horse out of the AFC
Dark horse.
is the Broncos because they've done it with similar rosters.
Yeah.
Keenum's underrated. They have a good wide receiver core. They got Royce Freeman. Their line needs to play better, but that D, like Chris Harris still there, Von Miller's still there.
All right.
It's enough.
Hey, real quick, I know this is whatever, but who got Khalil Mack?
Oh yeah, Chicago baby.
The Bears.
Dude, I was listening to the radio earlier, and they're like, yeah, the Raiders fucking suck for doing that shit. And they were saying, like, the last 10 first-round picks that the Raiders had, they would not trade Khalil Mack. I don't know if I'm
For
saying
any of
this
them.
right, but yeah, they would
for
not
any of
trade
them.
him for all fucking 10
Yeah. Or
of those first-round picks, which kind of tells you something that,
I think that was
but
the
maybe,
shittiest thing.
But maybe...
I like the Bears as a
Because
dark
they got
horse playoff
2,
team.
right? They got
I
2
love watching the
first-round
Bears.
picks,
Bears
right?
and Seattle play next
So we'll
week.
see.
I'm super excited for that game. They're a fun team. I hope Trey Burton gets going and the Bears go.
I would like that. So we're all Niners fans here.
Anyways, yeah, let's still
NFC West. NFC West. What do you see? Like, I think Rams take it, but do you think the Niners get that wild card
They're
slot
maybe not the
This
wild
year?
card.
this year?
I think they're the second best team in the division.
I think so.
This year, I think they'd lose out. But
Cardinals
like
are the worst,
a game or
no
two.
question.
I mean, like
I think the
week
Seahawks-
week
They're
one
okay.
kind of made
They're
me.
actually not as bad as we thought they were.
I still think the
The
Seahawks, take
Seahawks
third
aren't as bad
place,
as we
though.
thought they were because Russell Wilson's still good.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's a.
It's a
All right,
little,
cut that,
it's a little
Mike.
strong.
I'll cut that.
Cut that. if
Or
you-
bleep it. Holy moly.
No, but I
Himself.
really don't like Russell Wilson.
But as a player, he's really good.
No,
Yes, he is.
I think he's.
I think he's overrated. I've always thought he's overrated.
I think he's just.
He's short. He's honestly like.
Who cares?
Well,
Nice.
hold on. So hold on.
He's-
Let me get there. So
Yeah.
he makes good plays, but like legitimately, he's just not a passing quarterback. And
Well-
at some point, the longevity of
does
being
it
able to
weirdly.
move the way he moves
Let me just say.
ends.
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
just say
I agree
that if Russell Wilson was good, like, then they would have 2 championships.
Yes.
That's fair. Actually, they should have to.
You should probably cut this shit out because I'm just talking shit. But Russell
no.
Wilson is
All right,
not
this is my favorite
that
part.
good, and therefore they only have 1
If you could
championship.
start a franchise right now with either Kirk Cousins or Russell Wilson, who would you take?
Oh, that's tough.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I
Do
don't
I
know
have
enough
to?
about
Is the question I would
Cousins.
ask. Could I just draft someone? Like, I feel like
I would take.
they're both.
I would
Well,
take
wait,
Russell.
what about Garoppolo versus them two? I think
it's Jimmy G at this
Yeah.
point.
Jimmy G for
All right,
level 3.
all right.
yeah.
Top 3 quarterbacks in 5 years. I think Wentz, Garoppolo, and fucking Watson. That's.
I
what
can see that because I mean Brady's not gonna be there
And
anymore.
I'm not saying fantasy. I'm saying like
Rodgers
I don't know
though.
if
I think
Watson will
Rodgers
get
will
there.
still
And
be
I
there.
think-
I think
Yeah.
Watson, Garoppolo, and Wentz. That's what I said, right?
Yeah, I'll say Garoppolo and Wentz. I think
I heard
is
that on
fair.
the radio, but I agree with it. So
Watson,
I'm not being original right
I
now.
loved Watson last year. I had him. I'm
He's
going to tell you,
fucking
I
incredible.
We just have
fucking
no
loved him.
idea right now.
Exactly.
Exactly,
have no
exactly.
idea.
But like that makes sense.
It does make sense. I
And
could
that's
also
5
see
years. That's 5 years down the road.
Goff.
Maybe like
I could see Goff
29.
up there.
And like
I can see Goff in
offensively, he has
there.
a busted
I mean,
knee
it's
now.
I guess
Okay,
it's a
5
bold
years from now,
prediction.
though, like,
But like,
you're
let's
not
say
gonna-
let's say
Luck-
they're
Luck
let's say
could
they're
still be
three.
there, too. You
Let's say
can't
they're
discount
3 out
Luck.
of the
I
top
do like Luck.
6 or
I
whatever.
think Luck will
right?
have a bounce back at some point. I just don't think it's this year.
I think it's still Aaron
I think
Rodgers.
this is a tough year.
And wait, you said 3 or 5?
Five,
years?
five.
5
5
years?
years.
I don't know if
Bro,
Rodgers
5
will
years,
be there.
but
I
yeah,
think Rodgers still
it's
be
bold.
there. I think it'll be near his end. But
It's
I think
bold
he'll
to
still
say
be
that they're
good.
going to be the top 3, but it's not bold to say like they're top 10.
No,
Right?
it's
so
not.
like,
It's
let's
not
just
bold
go
to
with
the
that.
top
Let's
10.
just go with that.
Sure.
Wentz, Watson, and Garoppolo, top 10 quarterbacks in 5 years. I think you can be really bold and say top 8 or top 6.
Sure, sure.
In the next 5 years.
I think Aaron Rodgers will
maybe
still be
3
there.
years,
I think Brady's
right?
gone. I think Breeze is gone.
In 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Rodgers will still be there, but I think it's the tail end. But I
Yeah.
think he's still great. I think
How old is he?
I
Andrew
just
Luck
don't know
will be
if
up
his
there.
body will be able to hold up.
You know
How
who I
old is
think
he right
won't
now?
be there? This is my
35,
surprise.
36?
Who?
A-Rod?
He's
gotta be like
33, I think.
33.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 34, 35.
I think
but
he'll play to his 40.
I feel like he's old as fuck.
He's just such a tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I think is the surprise won't be there in 5 years. Cam Newton, gone.
Oh, no. Him
Gone.
and Russell Wilson, they're too
Too much
mobile
damage,
to
man.
still
They're
be
gone.
that.
They're gone in
I
5
agree
years.
with it. It's like the RG3 shit. Like, bro, like they could have
My
easily.
dark horse, talking about no information, Patrick Mahomes. We'll see what he
I
can
like
do.
him. I like
See
him.
what he can do. He's
I like
a little
him.
bit of a gunslinger, but shit, he's talented.
But gunslingers historically in the NFL do pretty well. Like, you know, you got your Steve Young. Steve Young was kind of a gunslinger. He was a little bit mobile too, but like
Give me Jimmy G all day,
Troy Aikman was a gunslinger. You know, and like he was
And Mahomes, he just has a lot of
Favre.
intangibles.
Favre was a gunslinger. Like, you know, like gunslingers do well in the NFL because I think that cockiness and that arm really pays dividends.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
They can, and you have to be able to throw the deep ball, and he's shown
Yeah.
that he can. Did you see that throw in the preseason he made to Tyreek Hill that was over
so
70 yards?
good.
Did you see that throw?
Who are we talking about?
Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek Hill. I'll show it to you later.
All I know is Tyreek
It's
Hill had a
insane.
fucking stupid ass week 1.
Yeah, he did, baby.
His first touch of the season was a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yeah, which I don't
Well,
get.
His first catch, I believe, then was a 70-yard
What
bomb. Or whatever.
sucks-
It was
what-
a catch and run.
All
What
right.
sucks is I have the running back who's worth like fucking 4 points or some bullshit.
Yeah.
My fucking first pick.
So
But anyways,
that was our tangent of the
We'll see what
episode.
happens.
I liked that tangent actually. That was a good one.
Hope you all did too. I'm sure you
They
did.
probably didn't. So, okay. So I'm gonna just kind of like rapid fire. I don't want like a lot of thoughts. I just want you guys to kind of rapid fire with me here for a little bit. All right. So the quest for 0-12 continues next week. Teef, I don't need your answer because we're hoping that your answer is you're gonna win. But Teef versus Cole. You think we can get him there?
God damn it! I wish I could look at matchups, but
I think we can get him there. I think we can get him there, man.
yeah. I mean, Cole's drafted all these suspended players. Fuck him.
This is the time to beat him.
Let me see his team real quick.
All right, deal.
2.
Right.
So this is for you guys, actually. So while they do that, one
That's
thing that
fair.
we discussed was moving the waiver. So right now it's like 3 a.m. on Thursday. We're not saying to change it much, but we're thinking like if I can make it like 8 p.m. on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Something where everyone's
8
still
p.m.
awake and they can adjust their roster accordingly. But it's not Wednesday morning. Like I think that's the way to go.
Hopkins can have, like, a
I want to
10+.
hear if you don't like that.
Easy.
So
He's playing
please.
Tennessee, yeah.
Please let me know if you don't like that. But if you do
Ingram
like
had
it,
a
you don't
bad
need to say anything really, and I'll just kind of go with it. I think that's the way to go. Even 10, like 10 p.m. on Wednesday, what difference is that? It's like 5 hours, you know? But I think at least it gives you the chance to see your team the day before, and I think it prevents some fuck-ups.
Right. Well, when waivers clear like Tuesday night when we're recording this, it sucks because like now it's 12:04, so like we now might not be able to put in claims, and it's literally like just a little over 24 hours since the game's just finished Monday night. So you literally have one day. So I like that our league takes an extra day. But then if you take an extra day, you have 10, 12 hours to set your lineup if you have a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Or, negotiate that all out. Why don't we all have it processed when we're all awake? It's not processing in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And so it's not the first person that wakes up in the
And
morning.
then I stop staying up so fucking late every fucking Wednesday. Because that's what I've been doing. So that's a win for me. And then the other thing that we want to discuss is just, I'd love to hear everyone's opinions on moving to 12 teams next year. One of the things that I require is that someone knows at least, like, I don't know, a third of the league, half the league. So send me your suggestions. If you think you got someone that can make us to 12, that's great.
I'm just going to freeball this. One of my favorite additions I ever gave to any league was to the person that scores the lowest. Whoever beat them that week gets to change their team picture. So, like, for this week,
Ooh.
Pat could change Justin's pick to whatever the hell he wants. Usually with the team name, too, just to make it funny. But if we don't need to do that, we could just do
That's worth
pictures
discussing. Yeah, if you guys are into that.
Break out your Photoshop. Just have fun with it.
But we'll discuss
it's
that
fun.
as a vote thing. It probably won't happen this year, but
It's been a hit.
I like that
Pretty
idea.
damn funny.
But yeah, so Tief, you're our guest this week. Do you have anything you want to say to the league? This is your 30-second platform before we wrap up.
Shout out.
To Shuggy High Waters.
Shout out Lil Peep, rest in peace. Shout out XXX Temptation, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Shout out Mac Miller, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Shout out nobody else.
All these janky white rappers. Rest in peace.
All right, that is week 1 of however many weeks we decide to do of this podcast. We'll see you guys soon.
Okie dokie.